What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. For the cycle, we have the top 5 tips for new players getting into the game, things to help you speed up your gameplay and get on a more level playing field with people who have maybe played into beta or have been playing this game longer than you have been. Without further ado, let's get into the tips and tricks and let's elevate your gameplay. Alright, guys, first up on the list of tips and tricks to speed up your gameplay in the Cycle Frontier, we have an easy one. Now, it's something simple, but it could be what saves your life out on the battlefield or just helps your efficiency when you're back on base trying to get into the next raid. It's moving items from one place to another, which seems pretty simple, right? You click the item and it moves it. Well, there's a little tip here to speed up that process. Now, if you've just killed somebody out on the battlefield and you're trying to loot their backpack, this could be seconds worth of time, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it could be the difference of getting away and somebody seeing you while you're looting. So normally, if you were to try to be looting items or moving items from one area to another, you would just right-click the item and it moves it from your inventory to theirs, or vice versa. But if you do this, there is a little bit of a delay every time you click. Sometimes a double or triple click in between moving the item back and forth. Obviously, we want to prevent that from happening. It's not efficient, and it could be what gets you killed. Now, you've seen how long that took us to move the items back and forth. Now watch how long this will take with this method, and it's going to be alternating back and forth between item slots. We're just going to alternate these two back and forth here. You'll see. Much faster there, and it removes the delay. There's no double, triple clicking in between, and every click registers. You're able to move the items back and forth very fast, and this could save your life or just make your gameplay a lot more efficient. Next up is something that I think they should fix in the game themselves, but in the meantime, we have a little bit of a workaround to save ourselves some hassle and frustration while we're back in our home. And this is going to be picking up your insurance packages. I guess if you don't die ever, this is not going to be something you have to worry about. If you do die and you use the insurance program, this will be beneficial to you. As you know, you come over to the income generators here, and when you interact with that, you'll have an option here to claim your insurance packages. The way this works is before you go out into a raid, you have the option to insure your items. If you do this and you die, you will make your money back on these items, some of it anyway. Currently, the system is very generous, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a nerf to the insurance system going ahead in the future. But in the meantime, make sure you're insuring every piece of item you can, as it is very worth it right now. Now, the problem that we have with the insurance package claiming is there is no claim all button. You see here we have 12 packages ready to claim, and if I click it once, it's going to just claim one, and then I have to claim, and then it brings me back to the menu here where I have to do it again, right? And you have to go through that little animation every time. What we really need is a claim all button right here, to where we can claim all of our pending insurance packages coming in. Now, the little workaround that we did find here is that you can spam spacebar to claim all of these. You do have to go through the option once, so as soon as you click collect, you're just going to start mashing on that spacebar button, and you'll see it'll claim all of them. Now, it's not a perfect solution, but it does save us some time, and you don't have to go through the animation every time. So let's take a look here. There we go. That's all of them. So still very annoying. It still takes a lot of time to do, but you don't have to go back to the original screen and click the claim button again. It takes, I think, 2 clicks out of every insurance package, which saves a little bit of time, which just means you're getting back into your raids even faster, getting your money back even faster, making more money, and just overall being more efficient, which is the name of the game in games like these. Alright, this one takes us into the battlefield this time. You'll see we are here, and we are loaded up and ready to go. Our tip here has to do with killing PvE mobs. That's right. You'll see over here we have a beautiful guy. What we need to do here is melee this guy. One hit melee. Do not waste your ammo on these guys. First off, it's inefficient. And second off, it draws attention. You do not want to shoot in this game if you do not need to. Your position is revealed, and I swear it's like throwing some crack up in the air for a crackhead. They will come for you. There's no question about that. The only thing you need to do is melee them. Look at this guy right here. He has no clue. And he's dead. This is by far the most efficient way to do this. And you really should not be doing it any other way. Now, if you do have multiple of them chasing you and they're not staggered in position at all, you can shoot them. Right? You have to do what's best for you, and if they're going to hit you, you need to try to mitigate that from happening. But in most scenarios, you should be trying to melee these guys to not give away your position. Alright, coming in third on the list is another inventory hack, and this one has to do with your safe pockets. If you're a free-to-play player, this is probably a little easier for you, or if you're early starting out in the game anyway and you haven't done your upgrades for your inventory spaces. Every inventory spot matters, especially when you're trying to hoard these items for your quests. What you need to do is you need to take the old currency that you've collected out of your inventory and out of your stash and put them in your safe pockets. The reason for this being is that your inventory has a limited number of spaces, and you can see we've collected enough old currency here ourselves that we are taking up now 4 item slots, right? And we're at 118 out of 125. This means we're getting close to being maxed out, which is not good. We want to be able to store all of our items, and we need to do that as efficiently as possible. So obviously you don't want to keep them in your stash. Obviously you don't want to keep them in your backpack, because if you die you will lose them. So the one thing that we need to notice here is that they take up 0 weight. No matter how much of it you have, the weight is 0. Now, over here in our safe pockets, we have a seemingly unlimited number of spaces that we can use in our safe pockets. We're only limited by weight. So you'll see here we currently have, I don't know what their number is for weights, what their system is. We'll just call it pounds. We're using 1 out of 7 pounds in our safe pocket currently. Let's see if we move our old currency over here. We're still 1 out of 7, 1 out of 7, 1 out of 7, 1 out of 7. So this frees up our inventory spots in our stash. We have no risk of losing it because it is in our safe pockets. And until we have a limitation on number of spaces available in the safe pockets, this is going to be the most efficient way to do this. Alright guys, here we're going to give a prime example first of what not to do when we're extracting from the raid. This is something I see so many people doing when I'm watching other streams, other YouTube videos, and even just interacting with other people in the game. So we've called in our ship here. We're sitting in a nice little spot where we shouldn't get seen. If somebody comes through here, we might have an issue, but otherwise we should be probably okay. So our ship's coming in, and remember, this is what we do not want to do when we're extracting. After this, I'll show what we do. Little bonus tip here, if you're a new player, don't get squished by your ship. It will one-shot you. Alright, so your ship comes down, you call it your extracts. Your extracts are indicated by these marks on the map. New players or unaware players do this. Spend the entire time inside of their extraction ship, such a common mistake people make. It is so easy to die doing that. Now watch how we're supposed to do it. Alrighty, we're at our next extract point, and this will be an example of what we are supposed to do when we extract. So you'll see we're at the extract point. It's right on the other end of here. You can see the flashing lights. We're in a pretty safe position. I mean, it's a little exposed, but I came in with no gear, so I'm not too worried if something happens here. So we're going to call in our extract ship, and we'll show you the correct way to extract. We did hear that gunshot, so somebody is close. It's coming actually the way we're facing. Could have a juicy one here, folks. Evac ship is on the way. You can see the message at the top of the screen there to let you know what exactly is happening. And that's actually going to be somewhere where we want to keep our attention to, because that's going to give us the information we need on how to extract properly. We can hear our ship coming in now. Put a gun on just in case. So the evac ship has landed. And that's right. We are going to do absolutely nothing. We're going to wait for our cue. There we go. So it says evac ship is about to take off, and you see the red bar filling up there at the top. When it gets to about 50%, that's when we want to get onto the ship. Instant extraction. As soon as we step foot on that ship, it extracts us out. There's no wait time. There's no opportunity for anybody to shoot us unless they get some crazy lucky shot off while we're sprinting into the ship. I'd say your survival chances here got to be 99%. Any other way, you're just putting yourself at risk. You're putting your loot at risk, and it's definitely a less efficient way to go about doing this. All right, guys, that's what we got today for our 5 tips and tricks on the cycle. If you think these tips and tricks will help you out, bringing up your survival rating, making more currency in game, or just being a better player in general, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get the notifications. And if you want, I do stream on Twitch mostly daily at twitch.tv/itsyojimbo. I hope to see you there. Thanks for hanging out.